This is a grain cross hedge using the wheat future. And cross hedges involve correlation risk and all sorts of basis risk. So the asset that we're hedging is quinoa. If you don't know what it is, don't worry about it. But new millennial grain of choice. And we are purchasing 1,000,000 bushels. And it's going at a high rate of $9 a bushel. There is no future for that. So looking around, the wheat future seems to be one that could be used. And so we're just going to have to use our hedging formula and adjust for correlation or the beta of the asset. So that involves value of the asset divided by value of the future, the asset beta, which is correlation times the ratio of the standard deviations, asset over future, and tailed or present value. In this case, this position is a 4-month hedge, and so that's about a third of a year. So we would fill in, the value of the asset. What did we say? It's $9 price and 1,000,000 bushels. The future, 410 is the futures price, and the futures contract size is 5,000. So if you take the 5,000 and multiply it times the price, you now have the value of one wheat futures contract. We can also work on our beta. We have standard deviation of 18% for the future, 32% for quinoa. At a correlation of 70%. So that information we can start to plug into our formula. And when we do that, we should be able to get the hedge necessary. Since we're doing a full hedge, it's just going to be whatever this formula has as an output. Risk-free rate, if you want to go ahead and do that part for a third of a year, we've got 2.4%. And a third of the year. So obviously the present value factor. So looking at my answer, let's see what you get. The beta you find is greater than 1. That's due to all the volatility of the millennial grain. And as a result, our 439 contracts run through a beta of 1.24 and then tailed or present value. You get about 542 contracts. And we're buyers of grains, and we are worried about prices going higher. So this is going to be a long hedge by futures. And so that is a quinoa cross hedge. And as we say, there's correlation risk. Volatilities can change. You could lose on both the asset side and your futures hedge side, since the two items, the two assets are oftentimes able to go in unpredictable paths. You hope for the central tendency, but you don't always receive it. So cross hedges have additional basis risk.